Focus on yourself. People will enter your life and people will leave. Accept that. Stop giving second chances so easily. Most of the time, you're only betting against yourself. Sometimes you have to stop seeing the good in people and start paying attention to what they consistently show you. In 2025, if it doesn't help you grow, move, or evolve, it's a no. Create distance from anyone who brings out a version of you that you're no longer trying to be. Stop being overly forgiving. People know exactly what they're doing. One of the best decisions you can make is keeping your life private. Not everyone needs to know what's going on with you. Stay away from people who expect to be your priority while having no problem placing you last. Never base your decisions on advice from people who won't have to live with the consequences. You don't like everyone, so don't waste your energy worrying about everyone liking you. If you don't release the wrong people, you'll never make space for the right ones. Always choose yourself first, because no one else will do it for you. Don't drain your finances trying to impress people who are already broke. And don't allow people who add no value to your life to influence your decisions. Kindness without boundaries invites disrespect. Don't let loneliness push you back toward toxic connections. You don't drink poison just because you're thirsty. Never say maybe when you really mean no. And understand this, not everything deserves your attention. Some things are simply not your concern. Some people are investments, others are expenses. Learn the difference. Accept people for who they are, but place them where they belong. Expect little from others and demand more from yourself. That's the real formula for peace. If you fuel your journey with other people's opinions, you'll run out of energy fast. Stop announcing your plans. Move in silence. Let results speak. Don't tell people what you're doing until it's done. Loneliness is often the price you pay when you start upgrading your life. Have more than you show, no more than you say.
Trying to please everyone usually means betraying yourself. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. Be selfish with your time. Not everyone deserves access to it. No one is coming to figure your life out for you. That responsibility is yours alone. Stop being overly available to people who only show up when it benefits them. Take your finances seriously. Money protects you from many problems. If everyone likes you, you're probably not doing anything meaningful. Get to work. Make sacrifices. Everyone has to, no exceptions. If you don't ask, you don't receive. Never quit on something you truly want. Waiting is hard, but regret lasts longer. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. You are responsible for your own happiness. If you expect others to create it for you, disappointment is guaranteed. Someone else's progress doesn't reduce your own. All you're given is time and choices. Use both wisely. Don't compare your everyday reality to someone else's highlight reel. Saying no is often the greatest form of self-respect. Life rewards action, not intelligence. Stop carrying old pain into new chapters. When you feel free and someone distances themselves, don't chase them, let them go. Never depend too heavily on anyone. Even your shadow disappears in darkness. The most unhappy people are those who care the most about other people's opinions. If you only focus on what you lack, nothing will ever feel enough. Don't take things personally. What people say and do reflects their own inner world. Growth is uncomfortable because you've never been here before. Lower your expectations of others. High expectations of people often lead to constant disappointment. Lead your life with logic, not emotions. Every bad decision you've ever made had emotion in control, not reason. People want you to succeed, just not more than them. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Stop sharing everything. Most people don't care, and some quietly hope you fail. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Sometimes the very things that break your heart end up correcting your vision. And remember this, it's better to be disliked for who you truly are than to be loved for a version of yourself that isn't real. Stay away from people who make you feel alone. No company is better than bad company. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you learn. Don't pretend to be more than you are. Grow at your own pace. Your darkest moments may end up being the turning points of your life. One of the best things you can learn is how to move without following the crowd. If people don't value you, they don't deserve access to you. Choose your circle carefully. The fastest way to level up is to be around people who are already there. Don't let success inflate your ego, and don't let failure crush your spirit. No regrets, only lessons. No worries, only acceptance. No expectations, only gratitude. Life is short, and if you're never falling, you're probably not moving forward. Many heartbreaks are created by expectations we place on others. People change, love hurts, friends leave, things fall apart, but life continues. Never make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Be yourself. Not everyone has to like you, and you don't have to care. Free yourself from society's advice. Most people giving it are still lost themselves. Normalize walking alone. Goals are personal. Chasing success without effort is like trying to harvest where nothing was planted. Making mistakes is okay. It means you're trying. Most of our struggles come from 4 habits: overthinking, overtrusting, oversharing, and overloving.
Sometimes your feelings need to get hurt so you can wake up and refocus on yourself. Don't delay your life. Later, the coffee gets cold. Later, motivation fades. Later, the day becomes night. Later, people change. Later, life passes. And later, regret replaces opportunity. If you don't make time for your health, you'll eventually be forced to make time for illness. With age, you realize that quality matters far more than quantity, especially when it comes to people. Make peace with your past so it doesn't poison your present. Stop being easily available to people who don't value your presence. If you don't heal your wounds, you'll end up hurting people who never caused them. If you truly want change, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find excuses. Stop expecting appreciation. People forget quickly. One of the biggest prisons is caring too much about what others think. The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. The fastest way forward is to start now and figure things out along the way. You can't learn to drive while the car is parked. One of the most important skills today is learning to live peacefully with uncertainty. You spend your early years worrying about opinions, your middle years pretending you don't care, and your later years realizing no one was paying attention anyway. No matter how talented, successful, or attractive you are, arrogance repels. Humility always wins. Forget the pain, but remember the lesson. Stay patient. Some of the best things arrive unexpectedly. Life is short, live it. Love is rare, protect it. Anger is toxic, release it. Fear is limiting, face it. Memories are precious, cherish them. Keep things private until they're permanent. Never fall in love with the same person twice. The second time, you're usually in love with the memory. If someone treats you like an option, leave them like a choice. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Keep your standards high and never settle for convenience. Let go of people who didn't make it into your future. They were never meant to.
If your circle doesn't inspire you, it isn't a circle, it's a cage. You can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. Be careful who you build with. Some people use you as the foundation and finish the structure with someone else. Don't stay loyal to bad friendships just because of history. Never quit. You may be closer than you think. Progress doesn't depend on motivation alone. Consistency matters, even on bad days. Honesty won't give you many friends, but it will give you the right ones. Your future depends on your focus. More important than choosing the right thing is having the strength to walk away from the wrong one. The longer you entertain what isn't meant for you, the longer you delay what is. Let go of perfection. It blocks progress. Move carefully through life. People will switch lanes without warning. Never trade your potential for comfort. You learn the most about people when they don't get what they want from you. Stop being available to those who only show up when it's convenient. Choose your habits wisely. They shape your future. And never apologize for who you are or how you feel. That's like saying sorry for being real. Being real matters. You only get one body. Take care of it. You'll live in it your entire life. It's strong and resilient, but it can only give back what you invest in it. If you want to change your life, you must first change your priorities. Treat others the way you'd want to be treated. Time decides who enters your life. Your heart decides who you want, and your behavior decides who stays. You are the result of what you repeatedly do every single day. Stop trying to change people. Change yourself, change your environment, or change both.
One of the biggest mistakes we make is assuming others think the way we do. You can spend your life drawing boundaries, or you can grow by crossing them. What hurt you may not be your fault, but healing is your responsibility. Trying to please everyone will destroy you. Learn to be at peace with yourself. If you need people around you just to feel happy, you give away your strength. Missing someone doesn't mean they deserve a place in your life again. Missing is often part of moving on. The key to learning from mistakes is owning them, not hiding them, especially from yourself. Growth is uncomfortable. The future belongs to those who prepared today. Being true to yourself may feel lonely at times, but it's worth it. Avoiding problems doesn't erase them. Facing them is the only path forward. Never allow someone to waste your time twice. Time is precious, but who you give it to is even more valuable. Don't cling to anyone, not even those you love deeply. Every person can be both a shelter and a cage. Focus on your character, not your reputation. Your character is who you truly are. Your reputation is just what others think. Be like a tree. Let dead leaves fall. You can't build happiness with someone else if you haven't built it within yourself. Don't be afraid to do things alone. Waiting for others can cost you the best moments of your life. Those who demand the most from you often give the least in return. Be smart enough to ask for advice, but wise enough to know who deserves to give it. You never realize the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. A life without problems usually means you're walking the wrong path. The moment you feel like you're barely holding on, ask yourself why. You shouldn't have to cling to something that drains you. You can't force someone to love you by giving more of what they already don't appreciate. Never make one person the center of your happiness. If they leave, you shouldn't lose yourself with them. You can't have everything or be everywhere. Choose wisely and commit to what truly matters. Close doors not out of ego or pride, but because they lead nowhere. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is freedom from the opinions of others. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. Action creates clarity. You don't think your way into a new life, you act your way into one. If you haven't built resilience yet, life will only feel harder. Never judge someone without knowing the full story. What you see is rarely the whole. You never realize the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. A life without problems usually means you're walking the wrong path. The moment you feel like you're barely holding on, ask yourself why. You shouldn't have to cling to something that drains you. You can't force someone to love you by giving more of what they already don't appreciate. Never make one person the center of your happiness. If they leave, you shouldn't lose yourself with them. You can't have everything or be everywhere. Choose wisely and commit to what truly matters. Close doors not out of ego or pride, but because they lead nowhere. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is freedom from the opinions of others. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. Action creates clarity. You don't think your way into a new life, you act your way into one. If you haven't built resilience yet, life will only feel harder. Never judge someone without knowing the full story. What you see is rarely the whole truth. Stop explaining yourself. You owe no one justification for your choices. Real change begins when you stop blaming others and start correcting yourself. Taking responsibility gives you your power back. Going back to your ex is like cleaning yourself and then putting on dirty clothes again. Before starting a new chapter, you must close the old one. Accept that what's gone will never return. Nothing is irreplaceable. Attachments are habits, not needs. Do something today your future self will thank you for. If you don't design your own life, you'll end up living someone else's plan, and their plan for you is usually small. Chasing happiness alone leads to emptiness until you understand that meaning, discipline, and growth are what truly create it. Happiness is the path itself. The more seriously you take yourself, the heavier life begins to feel. Never hate jealous people. They envy you because, deep down, they believe you are ahead of them. Don't complain about what you have the power to change. The moment you blame someone for your problems, you hand them control over your life.
Later often turns into never. Never chase sympathy. Those who truly care will show up when it matters. You don't need to prove loyalty to anyone. Sometimes forgiving people quietly and never allowing them access to you again is self-respect, not bitterness. Never make permanent choices based on temporary emotions. Stay far from narcissists. They live without rules and slowly drain your energy. Whatever this moment holds, accept it as if you chose it. Work with it, not against it. When you stop resisting life and start cooperating with it, everything begins to shift. You cannot force people to love you the way you love them. The only reason to look back is to measure how far you've come. Discipline yourself carefully. Keep the promises you make to yourself and reward yourself for keeping them. That's how self-trust is built. When you move in silence, no one knows where to strike. Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. Clocks show time, but time reveals people. Admitting you're not where you want to be is the first step toward real change. If you never attempt anything beyond what you already know, growth will never happen. Let people's actions speak. Behavior always tells the truth. Your life gains meaning in direct proportion to the responsibility you're willing to carry.